Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertanton.com, coming to you with another Xfactor commentary from a Seger. Oh yeah, I am on location this week. I am in Watertown, New York. Where is that, you ask? Yeah, well, it's close to the Canada border if you don't know. And I just want to give you a little bit of commentary. I saw the show tonight. It was Rock Week and the final 10 performed. First thing I want to say is next week, due to Thanksgiving, the show is going to be on Tuesday and Wednesday night at 8 p.m. So make sure to tune in. Don't miss it. It's going to be exciting, I think. I hope, because it's just getting better and better. Everybody is so great as we are going along, and they're doing a great job. They opened up the show with dancers, and they were dancing to I Love RocknRoll to bring in Steve Jones, and then they did Living on a Prayer to bring in the judges, right? I thought it was a nice little set the mood kind of thing. First up to perform was Leroy. He did We've Got Tonight by Bob Seger. I wrote he sang good. He moved a little bit, which was good. You know, he hasn't been moving a whole lot, so he did a little bit of movement, came away from the mic stand. So that was nice. It was a nice little added touch. I like to see him move and command the stage even more. But he was still better to listen to than he was to watch. So Simon said that right now he can't win this competition the way he is going. And I kind of agree with him on that. The other judges are saying, well, you know, he's so great, he's got such a great voice and all that, but it's also a very visual competition, and I don't know that he can win up against some of the other artists who are really, like, have a lot of stage presence and are really using it to their advantage. Next up was Rachel Crow. She did Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones, and let me tell you, she just gets better and better every week. I liked how she made it her own, for one. I really enjoyed the song. We do it in gigs a lot, and I thought it fit her voice great. I mean, it's just really good. It sat well. It was kind of bluesy, you know, and gave her a lot of chance to play with the melody and all that, and she did. She really played with it. She really had a good time. She was one who moved and just managed the stage like it was nothing, and she had backup dancers there, and I think one of the judges, maybe Nicole, mentioned this too, that they took nothing away from her. I paid them very little attention. They were just background noise because I was watching everything that she was doing. She had my total riveted attention, and that is what it takes. Rene did Everything's Gonna Be Alright and No Woman No Cry, a little mashup by Bob Marley, and I wrote this was a great choice for him. The tempo and the backup hid some of his vocal weaknesses, and he brought like a lot of energy to the stage, and I really enjoyed that. I also noted that he was wearing an Occupy Wall Street Tshirt that said Occupy All Streets. Amen, brother, amen. Alright, so we gonna go on to the next one. Stacy Francis did It's All Coming Back to Me by Meatloaf, originally by Celine Dion, but she wanted to do a Meatloaf rendition supposedly. I felt like this was a very emotive performance, right, which is a good thing, but it had a tendency to land very flat every time she got into those emotive sections where she was really giving it her all. It just dragged, it just pulled down the tone, so she was flat quite a bit on this. Simon and Paula thought that the song was a bad choice. I thought it was a good choice for her. I just felt like maybe it was just too much going on. It could have been a little lighter. Melanie Amaro did Everybody Hurts by R.E.M, right? And I like this, period. I mean, that's just it. It was very controlled. At the end, she had a really nice roughness. Again, bro, just a little bit of the gospel flavors that we hopefully are going to see a lot more of. It was just almost a perfect performance. The only thing I can say about Melanie is maybe it's too perfect. Maybe we want to see her a lot rougher. You know, maybe want to see her miss a few notes or something. She was just so poised and so perfect. But I love her voice, I love her look, I love her style, and I love her instrument naturally. Krajcik did The Pretender by the Foo Fighters, right? I don't think that this showcased his talent and his voice so well, but it did show some diversity, and that's what I liked about it. It gave him a little more up-tempo, he did, you know, and it was definitely the best rock rendition of the night so far. Just very authentic, very nice. I did enjoy it, but again, I thought that it just didn't show off his voice very well. Astro was up next. He did Every Breath You Take, the remix by The Police, right? This had the crowd rocking and rolling, and it had me rocking. I loved the set. I loved his verses. I love the performance. That's all I can say about that. Lakoda Rayne did Lose Your Love and Go Your Own Way by the Outfield and Fleetwood Mac, kind of a little medley. They sounded good. Their blend is constantly improving. I really enjoyed that. Simon thought it was a complete mess. I don't agree. Paula compared them to the Dixie Chicks. I really don't agree, but I do believe that they could take in that kind of market that the Dixie Chicks took in. I don't know if they're rough around the edges enough. They're very sweet and tender and joyful, and I really like that about them. And well, you know, we don't know where they're going to go, if they're going to make it next week, but I really like their sound, and I'm liking it more and more as the competition goes along. Drew Rynewicz did With or Without You by U2. LA is saying that she does the same thing every week, but I think the same thing that she's doing is a pretty darn good same thing. Yes, she's doing just about the same tempo, just about the same thing, keeping it in the sweet part in her voice. But it is working, and she has a huge fan base. So I would love to see her do some more stuff that's up tempo, some more stuff that's kind of out of her comfort zone, but that might get her voted off. So she needs to stick with what she knows and do what she does best and what her fans are enjoying. Last up, Marcus Canty did some Janice Joplin, Take Another Little Piece of My Heart. This, they saved the best for last. I'm sorry. This was a stellar performance. He has a definite command of the stage, and the vocals were good. The vocals were good with all the movement, with all the playing around, with the sliding under the girls, with everything that was going on. The vocals were still solid, and he gave a great performance. Interactive, you know, messing with the crowd, the dancers around him, everything. I wasn't so crazy about him being put in the fire and all the good stuff after us talking about his church upbringing and all that. You know, that was kind of counterproductive. But outside of that, everything for him, everything that he did was on point, and I really enjoyed it. So I want to know what you guys thought. So pop down in the comments. Tell me what you thought. Tell me who you enjoyed the most. Tell me what you thought the best and the worst performances were. One thing we got into on Twitter we were talking about is this is rock week, you know, and a lot of people weren't doing rock, and the judges were complaining and arguing, well, is that rock? Well, is that a rock rendition? And I think, you know, they are put onto this competition to do these different theme weeks to see what they bring to it. You know, a real artist takes a good, strong song and makes it their own. If it's a rock song originally and they're a country artist, they want to give it like a little country edge, keeping a little bit of the rock feel, but still giving it their style, what they would do with it. And that is why some of the performers rise every week and others don't do so well, and they say, oh, that was so unauthentic. Oh, I didn't like, you know, the way you did that. Oh, that was karaoke, because you didn't change it enough. You didn't do anything with it. If you're doing something with it in your own style and it's still a rock song from a rock genre, from a rock artist, then I think that you have fulfilled the requirements, even if it comes out sounding R&B, because you are an R&B artist. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree with me. Pop it down in the comments and let me know what you think about that issue. Rihanna is supposed to be on the results show tomorrow night. I missed who else is going to be on. But yeah, I hope to see you guys there, and I am out from Watertown, New York. This is Robert Anton, RobertAnton.com.